Hello everyone and welcome back to In Theory. Today we're going to be adding on to my previous theory about elementals and how they could shape humans' magical powers. But before we dive into that, let's roll the intro. Alright, so my last theory about the elementals and how they are the source of magic in the Pixar universe was very brief and not explained very well. Basically, the theory states that the elementals are responsible for the different types of magics we see in the Pixar world, and that the emotions that are within us are what determines what type of magical power you could receive. But we need to go even further, and for that, we need to look at the movie Onward. That movie takes place on a different planet than Earth, but still is in the Pixar universe. It basically shows us that the magic source on that world comes from Phoenix gems. And you're probably thinking, well, that disproves your theory right there. The source of magic isn't even elementals, it's these gem things. Let me explain.
We as humans have chosen 4 main elements: fire, water, earth, and air.
We are going to start calling this group elementals to not get confused. You see where I'm going with this? Basically, I'm saying that the Phoenix gems are just elementals for that world that are their source of magic. That is what the beings of that planet consider their main elemental. Okay, we have the where magic comes from, but now we need to explain the how it is used by certain individuals in the universe. In the new movie Elemental, we see that each of the 4 elements tend to lean towards a certain emotion, albeit the movie Elemental shows them as sentient beings. But what my theory suggests is that this is just showing us how each elemental tends to interact with different emotions in a way that humans can understand. In our world, we have 4 fundamental forces of nature, but as to not go too deep, we're only going to be focusing on gravity and magnetism. These forces cause different objects to interact with each other in ways that can be described but not explained. Forces that are completely dependent on the makeup of the object feeling those forces. Magic is a 5th fundamental force of nature that exists in the Pixar universe. Kind of like how magnets only work with metals, fire magic works with a person's inner anger. This is basically what this movie is about. Fire is drawn to anger, water is drawn to sadness, air is drawn to anxiousness, and earth is drawn to disgust. Just like magnetism and gravity, we don't understand why this is, just that it is. Now, we need to look at the movie Inside Out and how it explains that within each individual, there are emotions. And depending on our past experiences, each of these emotions play a different role in the amount of core memories of a particular emotion a certain individual will have. I think this is the key to how magic is used. Someone with a somewhat predominantly angry past will have more angry core memories, and therefore, fire magic would be more attracted to that particular person. This is the same for the rest of the emotions. I also believe that the islands of personality are what gives us good guys and bad guys. Syndrome, for instance, probably started with something like Superhero Island, but being rejected by Mr. Incredible caused that island to fall, making a new island form, and based on how badly Syndrome took that instance, it could have been replaced by a negative island, specifically Supervillain Island. And I believe if enough of your quote-unquote good islands fall and are replaced by bad ones, you become, at least in the Pixar universe, evil. Alright, so what did you guys think about that theory? Let me know in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this, and thank you for watching.